pressure there, just kind of not really trying to think about any sort of playing for the setups, just kind of simply spamming out as much as he can versus QMK. So, I'm not QMK, but his last match. So, what is something you can expect to see there from QMK, or what is he gonna have to focus on, from a player like Ajanba? Okay. So Micro is talking to probably some family members. So, all right.
Yeah, it's my parents' anniversary today, so they had some guests over.
But yeah, so that's totally fine. So what I was asking you is, like, we saw from Ajanba's last game there, him just applying so much pressure, back and forth, just consistently popping out APM, not really focusing on the way he's gonna have that piece placement, just really pumping out as much as he can. So against a player like QMK, what is QMK gonna have to focus on? With Ajanba's just consistent pump out of damage there in this matchup here. Probably gonna hear me. All right. So Micro Blitz is probably distracted again. So all right. Oh, it's Peacemip. Yeah.
No, we're good, man. We can get started. I think the players are ready too.
All right.
Yeah, both players are gonna want this. Another win for either one of them. Each other's cards. Yeah, we'll kind of see how it plays out. I think QMK has been looking a little shaky today, but we'll kind of see how he's solidified in this one. I think he's probably gonna play it cautiously at the beginning, as always. Oh boy.
Yeah, so I was reading something there. Sorry, that's why I got a little bit distracted right now. So yeah, my apologies about that, guys. I did say piece placement, didn't I? I might have said something else, so my apologies if we said that. But anyway, coming into this loser semifinals here, right back to it. My bad, I got a little bit distracted, guys. QMK versus Ajanba. So yeah, let's kind of see just how QMK is able to adjust and set up this or just have this the strategy against Ajanba. Like we see right there, he's just really focused on trying to apply that pressure early on, really focused on trying to simply overwhelm, not really trying to think more about his setups like QMK might be doing. So I think that early on this is going to be a huge disadvantage, especially early game for QMK, because he's going to have to find this way to offset the damage early on, and then continue on to get to the setups that he wants to actually opt into. So for QMK, this is going to be quite a matchup here. QMK is just at every point in time is being set up for a lot of damage, and you see Ajanba right now trying to set up the forward. Let's see if it's going to be effective, though. It seems like, again, QMK just put under a lot of pressure, 3-0 to open up the series. This is going to be intense here to take a look at this. So I'm not quite sure. So QMK not being able to make that adjustment early on and giving away 3 games in early on in the series, is not something you want to do against a player like Ajanba here with his ability to just simply apply that damage here. So Ajanba just that, even though that might seem like a disadvantage, just not really thinking as much about your placement here. It's just he's just going to that kind of gives them a little bit of a lot less hesitation as to what he's going to do here. So it's just kind of relentless here for Ajanba, and that's going to be a huge concern for QMK. So he's going to have to focus on how is he going to counter that. Maybe something he can do here as far as that goes is focus more on these downside combos that he's going to try to rely upon. You see him doing that just now. He's waiting for the downstack opportunities to come to him. He's waiting for that pressure from the downstack as soon as Ajanba opens up with these huge lines of garbage right now. So if he can continue to rely on when the lines of garbage opens up, if he can open up the wells and use that to his advantage, that can be something. But again, the wells are closed off. 4-0 so far for Ajanba, and again, this is if QMK is not going to be able to find that that stride early on in this series so far, it's just going to be a complete bully match against Ajanba right now, and Ajanba just simply applying so much pressure right now, and again, his playstyle just a lot more aggressive, for QMK. So I don't think QMK, came into this matchup really ready to handle this aggression coming in from Ajanba right now. So this is going to be something quite insane to see for QMK. He is 5-0 down in the series right now, and for Ajanba, again, he doesn't really have to think much about what he's going to do here. There is really no way to opt out for QMK right now, unless he tries to use that the downstack counterplay to his advantage right now. So we can see now with QMK, he kind of realizes that a little bit better, just trying to keep his playing field more optimized to where he can punish Ajanba for his early damage. So he's going to have to opt out of trying to go too aggressive in the early game and wait for those opportunities to come. So now, QMK being a little bit more proactive than reactive here, where he can just know what he's going for at the moment. There is a slight misdrop there, but again, Ajanba might be able to apply that pressure with the 4 wide coming down the center with the coming off, capping that off with the Tetris and that down stack. That is just going to be a huge spike there for Ajanba. So right now it's 6-0 in the series. This is just quite a dominant position for Ajanba to be in. It's going to be really hard to come back from 0-6 for QMK. He is really just off his game right now from the rest of the tournament. But I'm not quite sure where these sort of off game comes from for QMK, but now he can pressure on Ajanba there. So this is exactly what we just talked about early in this matchup. If QMK is able to just think about this a little bit better, where he can apply the pressure when it comes to him, just being able to reverse the damage immediately, and then use that reverse damage, use that the down stacking to follow up with maybe some more crucial combo setups that can allow him to put Ajanba near a top-up position. That's going to really be the key to victory here if he wants to come back from a series deficit like 6-1 right now. So QMK just is at a huge disadvantage right now. We see Ajanba trying to bully right now again with another 4 wide down the center, trying to kick that off. It seems like with a T-Twin double into a Tetris, but now QMK just a little bit more prepared for that. So we finally see that adjustment coming in from QMK. He is finally putting the gears back on. He finally understands he needs to make that adjustment. He needs to wait for those positions, he needs to wait for the opportunities so we can immediately punish. He can capitalize on that initial damage that Ajanba tries to set. So that is really probably the closest way to victory that he can come through as far as playing against Ajanba right now. So this is really something that is crucial to see if QMK still wants to take the series. We see him having some nice recoveries there. We see him applying the pressure a little bit better right into Ajanba. So now for Ajanba, either he's going to have to ramp up the speed a little bit more with that APM, or just try to find a way to be a bit more methodical with the timing against Cloak. So once he can probably fake him out with so many damage there and try to force QMK into a counterplay where it actually puts Ajanba in a position to send the damage right back and then follow up himself. So again, you have to in some cases maybe fight fire a little bit with fire, but still, as long as Ajanba can keep that consistent pressure, it's still going to be a series. If he can overwhelm simply from the start and force QMK to have to play it another way. But now we have the hurry up garbage, so you see the series as well being dragged out longer. The games at the start of the series were a lot shorter because Ajanba was able to spike so clearly, where QMK was not able to set up any sort of counterplay against Ajanba right now. So for this, it's gonna really be crucial. No opportunities here for Ajanba to actually use that T-Twin double to downstack into a huge spike. So again, now QMK being able to play a lot better in that position. He's taking advantage of Ajanba's initial damage, but also sort of inability against QMK to have that precise timing where he can actually know when to actually apply the damage. So now QMK is taking a little bit of an advantage. He's finding the hole in Ajanba's game right now with this. So can that take him back from a 6-2 deficit? Probably, but still, Ajanba is going to still have to keep the same pressure early on that he's employing right now. But With the judging from how these series are getting, from how these matches here in the series are becoming a little bit longer, how it's forcing Ajanba to just simply spam out. It can be some exhaustion here. So Ajanba might be simply from playing the same strategy all throughout the series. It can lead to probably a little bit of that burnout. It's probably not going to be too well for Ajanba to try to set up right now, since QMK just still able to apply a lot of nice recoveries there. So we don't really see, even though Ajanba is pressuring QMK early on, we don't see QMK in a position where he is just in a terrible playing field, terrible optimized setup or unoptimized setup where he is going to be punished severely from Ajanba's huge spike of damage there. So right now, QMK again is in a comfortable position like he was in the last match. So we talked about this too in his last match. Once he finds that stride, once he gets comfortable, he doesn't really have to pressure you as much as you were trying to do to him. He just kind of knows, where the strategy is going to be at now. So something that Micro here talked about a lot is just having QMK being able to find his position later on in the series and be comfortable with that. And once he finds that spot that he's comfortable in against his opponent, it's going to be hard to get an early top out on a QMK. So you're going to really have to force. But there's a huge spike there from Ajanba. Well, I didn't see what setup was got the spike there, but that was
it was a 4 wide. And,
4 wide.
It's not looking pretty for our boy QMK here. He needs all the energy you can give him, guys. That 4 wide strategy is coming in clutch for Ajanba. Oh my goodness. The amount of times it's worked in this set it's a crime. It is a crime how often it has worked. But QMK is having such difficulty adjusting to this. I mean, I think he's been looking a little timid and hesitant today in his play, and I think especially against Ajanba, it's not really serving him too well. He's gonna have to find some new strategies to employ here, because it's 7-3 right now. He was able to get that last one, but man, it is starting to look really rough here. He's not able to get a consistent foothold on any type of rhythm. And with a player like QMK, it's really important for him to find it. Some of his downstack decisions have been looking really, really timid, and I mean exactly what I say. It's like he's half committing to certain things.
Yeah, so a very important thing to take a look at too, and I just realized here too. Oh, sorry guys, there was a $50 donation, it seems like, from Judman for 50 USD. I didn't see that. So thank you so much for the donation from Judman, contributing to the tournament in that way. But back to the match here though. Real quick, I gotta fix my mic again because it's still spiking. Might be Discord because my mic doesn't sound that bad, I swear, folks. So I'm gonna fix the mic real quick, and just take it away for a second because I don't know what's going on and why my mic is spiking so much, guys. So my apologies. Usually doesn't happen, so we gotta turn it down a lot. Let's see if that works.
All good. Do your thing. Yeah. Okay. Ajanba playing from the top, something that he's quite familiar at how to do. Both of these players actually, I mean, there are definitely some holes in their play today, but I think Ajanba definitely playing more consistently than before. He was looking really shaky, especially against, I think playing Firestorm earlier, looking really shaky in terms of his mistraps and such. He's solidifying a lot of his play here. The 4 wide again has been coming in clutch over and over again. QMK still doesn't have a counter for it. He's gonna have to be a little more watchful for those. It's already happened way too many times for there to be a real excuse now. He just really has to start paying attention more. Okay, QMK building up some back-to-backs at the top there. Okay, and these are the zones that I don't really agree with QMK with. Some of those down stacks are looking really rough on his ends. 2 or 3 combos here and there. It's just really difficult for him to be able to survive any of those situations when Ajanba has like a full screen spike coming. Okay, QMK realizing nothing is working, so he builds himself a side 4 wide. I think the timing might be a little off, so he's not able to benefit from it much, unfortunately. Okay, back to even Stevens. This situation was looking good for QMK, but okay, he's getting shot up to the top of the field again. Gonna struggle a little bit initially before opening up his field. Back to basics. Okay. Oh my god. Full screen spikes for everybody right now. Okay, slight misdrop by QMK. Let's see if it costs him. Okay, he's still fine. Yeah, Ajanba does this thing like where he'll build up one side of his stack over the other after like he's already built up the initial bits of his stack to work with, like combo heavy strategies against QMK here, which I think are like working really well. Okay, slight misdrop there, misses the T-spin double but recovers. Yeah, I think this is going to be one of those ones that's going to reach hurry up garbage. We'll kind of see like if QMK can still convert into something in the meantime before it reaches there, because I do think like out of these two players, he's probably not going to benefit as much from the reduced height.
All right, so again, yeah. So real quick, yeah. My apologies there. I gotta. So yeah, Michael, real quick, yeah. I got a bit too excited at some points in time. So you know, if you gotta interrupt me, you know, at some points, just go ahead and let me know there. You know, just yeah.
Oh yeah, no worries, man. No worries. Yeah, I just kind of like gave you your space so that you can kind of experiment with a commentary style. But yeah, I mean, this one's I think QMK's holding it together in this last one. The last one is usually the most difficult for both the player to survive and also for the player to close out. I mean, this is where all pressure is on both sides. They're going to want to pull out every single stop to be able to clinch out the victory here. QMK can't have any more mistakes, so he's really got to think about some of his decisions, whether or not it might be worth it or not. I think getting a little more ambitious is going to be either his downfall or his saving grace, because, okay, it's kind of working for him here. Okay, very nice downside combo to get out of that. Ajanba at the top. Okay, nice little build there. Ooh, okay. Doesn't really convert too well, but that's okay. QMK doesn't have anything to send over. Nice prophecy by him. Ajanba fumbling over there a little bit. I don't think he has this. Yep. Oh, okay.
Yeah, again, like we kind of mentioned here again from the last match leading into this one as well. With this, we're talking, even though Ajanba kind of opened up with a huge advantage in the series, you know, QMK being able to take off 6 games so far to 9, even though Ajanba is still in match point. So it's very interesting to see that as well, how QMK is able to make that adjustment here, and now just, you know, he could possibly be in that position to take the series on probably two match points here between these two. So it's very interesting to see how this is going to play out. Maybe he could go to 8-8. I mean, sorry, 8-9 or 9-9. I'm sorry, I mean, or 9-9. I mean, oh, God,
dude, it'd be insane if it reached that point. Yeah. But I mean, I'm rooting for QMK. It's gonna be like a long battle, but he's doing really well at holding it together right now, as we're kind of seeing. Ajanba not really able to find a way in. I think like, especially since QMK has been putting a lot more emphasis on his pacing and his speed in the recent games. Like, look, he's maintaining 3.4. Earlier in the games, like he was maintaining more 3.3 as his max. Yeah, I think he's quickly realizing, like, one thing that I observed early on in scrimmages against Ajanba is, like, you need to keep, like, the pacing up. Otherwise, like, he'll pounce on you with those center four wides, side four wides, whatever kind of four wides. Like, you give your opponent too much room, that's what's going to happen. So that's the only way to kill anybody these days. It's crazy. Oh, no, QMK. Oh, God.
Here comes a Herb.
Oh man, that misdrop. Oh, well, good games.